What's going on YouTube? Team G Sale back with another pickup video. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's been quite a few videos coming out over the last little while, but I haven't done a pickup video in a while, and unfortunately, I have a lot of stuff, so I'm going to try to go through this one rather quickly. If you had a chance to take a look at my last two videos, they were both really successful overall. I did two collection videos on the most expensive Wii games and the rarest Wii games. I have more of those coming up, so stay tuned. Another thing about this video is that it is the 600 subscriber giveaway. So at the end of this video, I will be showing you two games, which you could choose from to get for free. How this works, if you haven't already been part of my channel, is you just need to be a subscriber and like and comment on this video. Now, what I want you to comment on is which of the two games you'd prefer to get a copy of. And stay tuned to the end because I'll show you what those two are. And at the end, you just comment within the first, I usually say 2 weeks, with which game you want. After that, I put a randomizer on random.org with everybody's name who entered, and I randomize it, and whoever gets it, gets it. I try to reach out to them. I'll give them a week or so to respond. If they don't, I'll go to the second person on the list. That did happen one time, so please make sure you follow this post or make sure you're subscribed so that you get the notifications so that you can get warned. And once you've been selected, if you're local, I'll come deliver it to you. If you are not local, you can shoot me your address and I will drop it. I will deliver it to you. But yeah, so thanks to all the people who've been subscribing. I'm now over 600 and I'm on my way to 700 where I'll do another free giveaway. I'm doing this all the way to 1,000 when I'll do a really big giveaway at that point. So stay tuned to the end. Make sure you're subscribed. And otherwise, let's get at it. We're going to start with non-video game pickups. And there are a few this week. We're going to start with books. The first one, I found this at a thrift store out of town thrifting a few weeks ago. 25 cents there at the MCC. I believe this was in Morris, and it's a Dennis the Menace book. I love Dennis the Menace stuff, so I'm just going to add this to my collection. By the way, if you are not interested in toys or non-video game stuff, just use the tabs below and skip to video games if you're more into that. Other books. Now, I found some manga at the Salvation Army on Portage. They were $2 a piece. I found some of them I sold already. I found 4 books from a series called A Man and His Cat. I sold those quite easily. I found 6 books from My Hero Academia, and I sold those very, very easily. And I found these 2 books. They're both Godchild. I have them up for sale right now, but I haven't been able to sell them as of yet. But either way, manga is usually really easy to sell. I normally charge $5 each. Actually, the My Hero Academia were bought by a friend of mine for his son, so I gave him a deal. I think I just charged him $3 a book, which is only $1 more than I made. Covers the delivery cost, essentially. So, yeah, there's that. Found another Garfield book for $2.50 at the Goodwill, and it's number 34, Garfield Life to the Fullest. I am like 3 books away from having a complete Garfield collection, so still keeping an eye out for those other 3. And lastly, found this at the MCC in Altona for 40 cents, a random price, and it's a Charlie Brown Cyclopedia number 1. I have a whole bunch of these. I didn't know if I had it already, but I figured for 40 cents, I'll grab it. Okay, puzzles. There were 3 this week. First one, Value Village, $1.99. And this is a Popeye puzzle. And it's a vintage, really cool one. And I went home and I went to build it, and guess what? It's missing a piece. Puzzles that are incomplete are often useless. They're just tough to sell. No one wants them. So it's maybe something I'll just have to redonate, but it is what it is. Also at Value Village, $2.99. This was at the Naren Value Village. This is a Tragically Hip, fully, completely CD cover puzzle. I searched it up on eBay. There's only one, and it's for sale, and the guy's asking like $250 for it. It's sealed, though. There's no sold listings. I figured for $3, I'm sure I could get something for this, or I'll just keep it. I am a big Tragically Hip fan. Maybe not enough to do a 1,000-piece puzzle of them, but either way. And lastly, for puzzles, same Value Village that the Popeye one was at, $2.99. This is a Turtles vintage giant puzzle. I've gotten this before. It is complete, and I've had no problem selling these in the past. So that's probably what I'll do again with this one. Okay, we're almost done for toys here. I guess I'll go here. Found this toy bag. My son opened it at the MCC in Carmen, 50 cents. Now, mostly it's kind of garbage in here, but I did see one figure, and now that it's open, I might as well pull it out. And it's the one that caught my eye, and it's a Battle Beast. I figured for 50 cents, I'll grab a Battle Beast. They're kind of cool. I had these as kids, and why not? So there you go, 50 cents. Now, I got some plushies. These were all at the Super Thrift in Winkler. This one here is 50 cents. Their stickers are really hard to see. It says 49 cents. And, oh God, help me out. Deputy Dog, no. It's not the Professor. I don't know. It's a vintage plushie. Unfortunately, it has the tag cut off. Comment below. What is this guy's name again? It's driving me nuts and I can't remember off the top of my head. I should know. We got this guy. Value Village, $2.99. And we got a Pokemon one. And the great thing about this guy, it actually has the tag on it. All right, so there you go. I'm not a Pokemon fan. I do not like Pokemon. I did not grow up with Pokemon. I don't care about them. Tell me what this one is in the comments. It's not like one that I recognize off the top of my head. Yes, you can make fun of me for not knowing what this is, but I never really grew up with Pokemon and I don't know much about them. I'm going to sell this because I don't collect Pokemon stuff. Okay. Two more here. No, a few more. This was also at that Super Thrift. 99 cents. I don't know if you could see that. Yeah, 99 cents. This is a giant Donatello vintage Ninja Turtle plush. 1990, I think it is. It is missing the headband. Somebody cut it off or took it off, but this is cool. It's pretty big too. You can kind of see my comparison there. I don't know what I'll do with this. Neil might want it or I could sell it. eBay price listings are all over the place. Nothing like super high. Okay, same MCC, or sorry, Super Thrift. These guys, where their stickers are there. This one here, 49 cents. And it is a Flash little mini plushie. I can usually get a few bucks for these at conventions or things like that. And the last one, oh geez. Oh, there it is. 49 cents again. And we have a, is it Captain Marvel, I think it is? Little mini plush as well. So yeah, there you go. Those are cool. Found this Garfield plushie at the MCC in Carmen. This one was $2. And yeah, this one's going to my collection. I love Garfield stuff, so I'm keeping this plushie. It's 1978, it's a vintage one too. So pretty happy with that. Almost done with toys. Found this at Value Village, Jefferson, $10. I had a $2 off coupon. It's a really awesome Venom shirt. It looks almost brand new too. Don't worry, I'm not going for clothing. I just bought this one shirt for myself. Okay, got a couple toys here and that's it. $1.99 at Value Village, Jefferson. This was a Ninja Turtles bike and it's a vintage one. There's no markings in terms of year or whatnot. Some of the stickers are kind of worn off on it and it's probably missing pieces, but I think Neil is going to take it off me. He does collect turtle stuff. So Value Village, Jefferson, $3.99. We have a Radio Shack Armatron. I've actually had these before in the box. It is missing some of the pieces for it, but for $4, I'm sure I could get a little bit for it, or it'll just put it in my collection. This guy's kind of cool because it's huge. Now, I actually saw this at the Value Village Jefferson. I believe they had it at like $19.99 or something a couple weeks ago. And then I went back and it was just in their toy shelf. And they had two stickers. They had $7.99 and then up here they had $4.99. And I'm like, what the heck? So I'm like, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. So I take it to the front and it's all self-checkout now. So I just scanned the $4.99 when I figured, my wife's like, well, the lowest price is what they should go by. I don't know if that's a rule or not, but I did. This is a Power Ranger Zoid. It's not one of like the high selling ones, and it does look like it's missing a couple of the pieces from it. There's one that goes in here, and maybe another one as well. But I figured it's something I might look at trading or selling to somebody who's a toy collector here, or worst case, my son just plays with it. But yeah, that was that. And lastly, okay, this might be the coolest toy I've ever owned. It's not really a toy. A while back on eBay. A while back, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine about like pencil cases we used to have when we were in school in the 80s. And I remember these, like, especially the girls had these like plastic Hello Kitty ones that had like all these little compartments and buttons, and they were like so cool. So I started looking on eBay to try to find them, and it took forever for one to come up. And then this one came up. It is a Ninja Turtles. It's dated 1990 pencil case. It's not exactly like the ones I remember, but they're very close. You have buttons for like, there's a thermometer, there's a sharpener, there's an eraser that just fell out, there's a thing with like paper clips and things like that. On the side, there's a ruler that comes out, and then in the bottom compartment, there's a whole thing for like your pencils. This is so cool. The guy lowered his price and kept lowering it. Eventually, I offered him $20 American, and he accepted this. It actually came from Jordan, yeah, the country Jordan. It looks like it was made in Taiwan, but it is super cool. And I'm just keeping this personally. I know it's pink. I don't care. I'm gonna just keep this as like a personal item in my collection. the memories of these were so cool. And I know I didn't have this exact one, but it's very similar. So I couldn't find the ones I was thinking of besides like Hello Kitty ones, which I didn't want. So either way, guys, that's it for non-video game pickups. Sorry that took so long. Let's jump right into video game pickups. Okay, we're going to start with some paraphernalia, video game paraphernalia. The first two items were both at the MCC in Morris, and they're priced $2.50 and $2.50. And they are Guitar Hero guitars for the PS2. They're the Red Octane ones. They're wired. These are easy sells. I have no problem selling these locally for like $20 to $30. So for that price, absolutely, I'm going to pick it up. I go to the Value Village at Narin last week, and for $4.99, I did have a $2 off coupon. They have the Fender Stratocaster for the, I believe it's for the PS3, and I just sold one for $30 locally. So I'm hoping to, and this one's actually in better condition, so I'm hoping to sell this one as well. And then I go to the Jefferson one this week, and for $4.99, they have another one. Fender Stratocaster, also in really good condition. This one, they're all missing the dongles. They almost always are. It does say ×2, and I asked them, and they didn't know why they put that. But either way, those are just easy sells. So I have no problem getting those. All right, let's go over to the actual sort of game stuff now. Found this at Value Village recently for $1.99. This is the Little Professor by Texas Instruments. This is just a little calculator. Sometimes they have little games on them. It's vintage. It's cool. It was $2. Probably add it to my collection. Speaking of handhelds, found this one at the Narin Value Village for $3.99. And this is a Tiger handheld Caesar's Palace. I'm going to add this to my personal handheld collection. I have a rather large handheld collection, and now I'm adding to it. Okay, Nintendo Power. Neil got this one in a big lot. He didn't charge me for it. This is issue number 218. I'm going for a complete set. I'm over halfway, and it's a lot of the newer ones I need. So thank you to Neil for throwing that my way. Trying to think what to go with here. All right, we'll go here. These three games were all at the MCC in Altona, and they were all $1. I can't pass up dollar games, even if they're sports. NCAA Football 09 for the 360 for $1. I haven't actually opened them because they're stickered. Oh, it's complete. Look at that. It's in a black case, but I could switch that. All right, we got for $1 as well at the MCC in Altona. And this was NBA 2K13. This particular MCC almost never has games, so I was surprised that they did. And it's complete. I'm probably guessing if there were other ones, somebody grabbed them. But again, I don't pass up dollar games. And dollar again. And this one is NCAA March Madness 08. This one is missing the manual. But either way, again, can't pass up dollar games. Okay, speaking of cheaper, these aren't dollar games, but that sort of is. $1.99 at the Super Thrift in Winkler. Surprising, because their games are usually higher priced. They keep them all behind the display case. Barbie's Dreamhouse Party for the Wii U. Found out this is actually kind of a pricier game. Not like really pricey, but it is missing the manual, though. I do believe this one came with a manual. So, but either way, $2. And then they had this one for $2.99. So for $3, I got J-Star's Victory Versus Plus for the PS3. Now, interestingly enough, this one doesn't have the manual, but the writing's on the inside, which I've been told is an indicator that it didn't have a manual. I don't know. If you know, you can comment below, but yeah, $3. I'm not going to say no. All right. Go with these ones. Speaking of dollar games, MCC in Morris, Manitoba, all their games were $1. $1 for Shark Tale for the original Xbox. I actually need this for my Xbox collection. It is incomplete, but it doesn't matter. It's $1. Comment below. Do you buy dollar games just because they're cheap? I mean, I do, but maybe other people leave them there. For $1, Dance Dance Revolution X for the PS2. Why not? I'll add it to my PS2 collection. If I ever sell it, I'm sure I can get $1 for it. Next up, SingStar Rocks for the PS2. Yeah, all the quality titles today. Complete. Even has the little mail-in thing with it. Wow. Must be ultra rare then. SingStar Amped for $1 for the PS2. I just grabbed all of them. It's funny because I'm standing in line and this guy goes, "Wow, you got a treasure haul there." And I'm like, not really. SingStar Pop Volume 2. $1. Whoa, and this one had a bonus disc. Check it out, SingStar Pop 1. How lucky am I? And last but not least, the big gem of this pickup, Dance Dance Revolution Disney Channel Edition. Starring Hannah Montana right there in the front. Oh, and it's complete. But either way, Pickups are fun nonetheless. All right. Winkler has a game store, and the game store, I forget the name of it, but it's a nice little local game store. The owner is very friendly. His prices are what you'd expect in game store pricing. However, I go to his Xbox 360 shelf, and some of the games were vastly underpriced. This one wasn't, but it was still cheap. He had it priced at $3. And this is NFL on Tour. I didn't own this, so I figure I'll add it to my collection. It's complete in the case. So, yeah. And then he had this guy for $6. And he also had no tax that day either. And this is SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. This is the kind of like uncommon, a little more expensive one. I usually get like 20 in trade credit for this, so it was worth it just for that. It is missing the manual, but even with this, I've still gotten decent trade credit. And here's one that I actually wanted for my collection. $3, All Pro Football 2K8. This has actually become slightly sought after. It prices, I think, $40 or so. So for $3, I can't complain. Now, the sad part is for $6, he had Captain America Super Soldier. And he keeps all the discs behind the counter, and I went up and he told me he couldn't find a disc for it. Whatever. I wanted it, but what can you do? Okay, these 3 games I got here in Stonewall. We have a Red Apple here, and they had a Black Friday or Boxing Day 50% off everything in the store. So I got a sealed copy of Tropico 5 for the 360, priced at $10, but I got it for $5 because it was half price day. I got a Lego Star Wars The Force Unleashed, $5. It's sealed, all being added to my collection. And I got for it would have been $3 Cookies Counting Carnival, the big box DS bundle. It was $6, so I got it for $3. Whatever. Little pickups, can't complain. Okay, getting into the better stuff here. This guy was at ANC Pawn. They had a price, I don't know if you could see it there, $10. It was 20% off day because it was their Black Friday sale. So I got this for $8. And it is, I better take it out of the case here. Chuck Rock for the Game Gear. I needed this for my collection. They had a bunch of Game Gear games, and like some of them had the cases, this one didn't. I said, can I have one of the cases? And she made it seem like I was asking for something like rare. She's like, well, you know, we want to keep those for the valuable games. I'm like, you have it on Sonic 2. It's like $1 game. Whatever. Neil and I went game hunting one day, and desperate to find something, I went to the pawn shop, Elvis Pawn on Main, and they had, oh God, so it's One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 for the PS4. He had it priced at $10. Don't ask me why I bought this. I don't know why I did either. But whatever, throw it in my small PS4 collection. Then we went to Chachi's Pawn, and I don't know why, like this one he had at $5, and it's Rave Master for the GBA. This is actually like a $20-something game, so I figured I could sell this or get some trade credit for it. Why not? And then I don't know why I bought this Noah's Ark for the DS. It had a price at $5, which is probably what it goes for, but it's complete. I grabbed it, and he was just like, come on, you want to buy it? I was like, whatever, fine. I got suckered into that one. All right, next group here. These are Value Village, $4.99 for Think Logic Trainer Kids. I got really excited because Think Logic Trainer is a kind of uncommon Wii game. Not expensive, but uncommon. So I quickly price chart it, and it comes up as like $100-something game. And I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. I found like $100 game. So I like put it in like my cart. I realized when I get home, it's the kids version, which is only like a $20 game. So I jumped the gun, but whatever. This one was at Salvation Army. They charged me $3. It's Phineas and Ferb. I figured for $3, why not add it to my collection? And it's complete. All right, these final 2 pickups are probably the grail ones of this video, and I wouldn't even go as far as calling them grail. These 2 PS1 games, the guy had them on Marketplace. He had one for $5, one for $15, and then he had Frogger 2 for $5, but I already had it. So I got these for $20. So for $5, I got Oddworld Abe's Exodus. I had this a while back, and I traded it. So now I have it back, and for $5, that's actually a really good deal. The discs are there, it's complete, it's actually in really good condition. I was kind of worried because he didn't actually respond if they were scratched, but when I got there, they weren't. And Final Fantasy Chronicles Greatest Hits Edition for $15. I'm going to add this to my collection because I don't actually have this one yet, so good pickup. Now the Grail pickup here, I wouldn't call it Grail, but it was definitely a good pickup. So I'm on Marketplace. It's really late on like a Friday night, I think. And I see this post come up with all these PS1 and PS2 games. way below market value. Like some were close, but most were well below market value. And I start looking through them and I'm like, man, like, okay, I really want these games. So I'm messaging the guy and he's not responding. I noticed that a friend of mine, Brett, had commented on the post. And so I messaged him, I said, hey, did this guy get back to you? He goes, yeah, I'm actually going to his house right now. I'm like, hey, can you grab me these games? And he did. So that was awesome. There was actually a fifth here, but I traded it because I already had a double of it. And oh my God, the prices were so cheap. Like, it was one of those deals where if you didn't jump on it right away, they were all going to be gone. Brett got some really good deals off this too, but I did as well. So for $10, I got Grandia 2 for the PS2. So $10. This was actually the most expensive game in the lot that I got, and its complete disc is in mint condition. So next up, Castle of Shikigami 2, $5. Yep, that's all he wanted on this guy. Complete in the case, in very good condition. Here's the one I really wanted. Raiden 3, $5. Yep, that's all he wanted. Complete in the case. Orphan, Scion of Sorcery, $5. This one isn't like high up there, but it looked like a cool game. Complete in the case. And he had a Shadow the Hedgehog Greatest Hits Edition. Turns out I have Shadow the Hedgehog, so I ended up trading it away. I think I got 15 in trade for it, and he only wanted 5. What an awesome deal. Those deals don't come up. If I still have the prices saved here, the picture, I'll post it here. If not, I'm sorry if I don't. Otherwise, guys, that is it. So, without further ado, let's jump into the free video game preview here. All right, guys, you can pick between one of these two games. So make sure you comment below with which one you want. Hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed. That's all you have to do to get entered. I've already given away 5 previous free games to people, including the last one was a Super Mario Odyssey for the Switch. I gave it away to a subscriber out in Florida, and there's more to come. First game you could get for your collection, Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Switch. I've had this for quite some time. I'm not playing it anymore. It is a great game. It's not a cheap game, and you can add it to your collection for absolutely free just by making sure you're subscribed, hitting the like button, and commenting below. Lastly, Pokemon Pearl. Pokemon Pearl for the DS. Now, all you have to do again, comment below which one you want. Do you want Pokemon or do you want Zelda? You don't even have to say the whole game name. Just say Pokemon or Zelda. Those are your 2 choices. Whichever one you choose, if you are the winner, you will get shipped out. So make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button, comment below, and stay tuned to my next video. The next one coming out, I will announce the winner. Good luck to everyone out there. And again, if you get second, don't worry. Like if I can't get a hold of that first person, you're in line to get the second one. So either way, guys, make sure you're subscribed, hit that like button, stay tuned, and I will hopefully talk to you guys very soon. Bye now.